Hey guys, Cam315, joined by my co-host Wolf, and we are back yet again with another anime episode review for you guys from My Hero Academia. Now, I've already made a community post about this. Again, apologies for the reason why this My Hero Academia episode review is going up a lot later than usual. Something came up for my co-host over here, and change of schedule.
Yeah, it happened last minute. I got myself a new car, and now I had to send my old one to Mexico for some reason because my mom, mm, well, let's just say my mom wanted to send it to Mexico. So, hmm.
It sucks that we didn't do this review the day of, and actually that Saturday I had to work, and original plan was after I came back from work, the video, we were gonna record the video. If anything, the video was gonna go up probably Sunday morning. And then, well, change of plans happened and things like that, but whatever. It just sucks
I
because
did I did a lot on Saturday. I was not able to relax at all. I had to go out, give maintenance to the blue car, and end up getting myself a new one. And one thing led to another.
you got a new car.
Yeah, and another thing led to another. Had to send a blue car to Mexico.
Well, well, that's great. Well, you're doing great. Bakugou's not doing really good.
Oh, don't remind me. Oh my God, I did not expect that, and that is the last person I expected to get to see a death from.
Yes. This was also the other reason why it sucked that I had to go to work, and then he had to take care of what he had to take care of, because this was probably the biggest, most craziest, most mind-blowing episode of My Hero Academia, if we want to be honest, in the entire anime series.
Mm-hmm.
This episode was a bunch of bait and switches. Just strictly from this point, you have the big three come back, right? Mirio's in. And then you have the flashback with Nejire. And you're like, are they setting up Nejire potentially dying? Because usually we know how animes work. You get a backstory in a massive battle, and it's among this certain character. Who do you think is going to die? It's usually that character that has that flashback moment. Then you get the Tamaki moment with his massive cannon arm. And you're like, is he gonna die? Is Shigaraki just gonna freaking take the attack, come up and kill him? And then they bait your expectations at your lowest point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they get you. And Bakugou is the one to die. Now, did I tell you last week, or last week after near the end, didn't I say Bakugou has death flags? But you were like, yeah, but I don't really see him dying.
Yeah, I think I remember myself saying that. I don't remember if it was Bakugou or someone else that I said that about.
Yes. You never would think the author would do this. Kill off not just a character, one of the most important characters, a fan favorite character in the series. The balls on Horikoshi to do that.
That he has a lot of balls for that.
So, let's get to the start of the episode. So, the start of the episode basically is after Bakugou tried to go in, and then he failed, and then he got very badly damaged. He got his arm broken and shit, and then
Yeah.
he was in rough shape. And then basically Shigaraki told him, like, you're nothing. I haven't even been paying attention to you. So that's the thing. And then he ends the episode off saying, like, you know what? Maybe I should just kill you and have Izuku Midoriya show up and see your dead body. So we pick up where we were last left off, and basically you kind of start the episode off. One, remember, not Endeavor, Aizawa. He's watching this shit. He his teacher. He basically preaching now. He like, Miracle, Egg Shot, Just Genius, anybody do something. Please save this man. I cannot have my student die because he's worried because he's like, I want him to graduate from UA. I want him to become a pro hero because he's aiming to be the number one. This man, and the worst part about Aizawa is he wants to probably go help him. He wants to go save his student, but he can't because if he leaves, old boy loses his ability, game over. Everybody dies. So Aizawa's watching that as he's pleading with the other heroes. Like, listen, please keep him safe. And I don't even think they can take him out the freaking barrier because the barrier's fortified, it's electrified. So he's got nowhere to run. Anyways, we then cut over to Nejire and Tamaki, and they talk about how they want to have, like, Tamaki looks at UA and he sees how destroyed it is. And basically he's like, telling Nejire, he's like, I really wish that we had a chance to have a graduation. Because let's remember, guys, their graduation should have been happened already. They should have already technically be full of pro heroes. But the reason why they're not technically officially yet is because all this shit happened with the League of Villains and then the Liberation Front and everything. And then you have Mirio show up. He all badass and everything. And he's ready. He's ready to go. And he's like, you know what? Let's win this fight. And then we'll tell the principal, let's have a graduation ceremony now. How fast this graduation ceremony will happen, barring any deaths and barring any... I don't know what else could happen, but we'll see. Anyways, that's when we get the flashback of Nejire. And you get your first, like, death flag moment, I guess you can say. Where you think, okay, maybe Nejire is the one that's going to go. And it's funny because it's like, we got a lot of development and backstory with Mirio and Tamaki in the previous seasons when they were focused on. Mm-hmm. And I think I made a mention about this, I think either in a review last season or at some point.
You did, yeah.
I said, I did make the mentions, like, it's interesting how they haven't really focused on Nejire as much as the other two. I know Nejire is kind of the one, like, odd one out, but she's in this big three. I will say, it's kind of, I don't like the fact that Horikoshi didn't give her enough good moments to be a focal point. Like, she could have been a really big focal point alongside Mirio in season 4. But she was kind of relegated and she didn't really do much and she was just kind of there. And plus, she was the new character that's like, oh, she's the candy. Everybody likes her. She's cute. She's hot, blah, 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 blah. But this time you kind of get some backstory. What's the backstory about Nejire?
How, like, she's been, like, you know, like, the way she talks to the students is like she's all over them, like she's very, like, curious about everyone's quirk and stuff. And yes, yeah, she's all over some of the students, and then some of the students will walk up to her, like, saying, like, are you looking down on us? You think you're better than us and all that?
Which, listen, they had to be in junior high. If these damn junior high students were that stuck up to say, oh, you think you're looking down on us? First things first, fuck off. Students can kiss my ass, for crying out loud. She was just wanted to know about people's quirks and about everybody, and she was very happy. She wasn't saying anything demeaning. She just wanted to know how their quirks work, and she was happy to get to know about quirks. You have these damn ass fucking students be like, you're looking down on us because you think your quirk is better than us or something? Mm-hmm. Now, why they got that from the jump, I don't know. That's just me personally, but whatever. Anyways, what does that lead to making Nejire turn into?
Like a little more introverted until, like, she runs into Tamaki.
Yeah, when they get to UA, they're freshmen, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yes, Tamaki walks up to her, like, obviously covering up his face because he's all shy and all that. Like, and he asks her, who is your favorite hero? And for some reason, putting his thumbs up.
Yeah, he also talks about saying, like, you know, quirks are cool and shit like that. And that kind of brings, like, her old self back. And then she's like, she starts getting up in his face and he's like, oh, stop, please, I don't like this. And then that just leads to her meeting Mirio and them being good friends, and then Mirio sticking his ass out in the bush with his face there.
They're for fun moments, I guess.
And it really goes to show you the bond she's had with Mirio and Tamaki, and how much they mean to her. She literally was depressed after those people said that. Like, she looked like she wanted to do with nobody. And next you know, it just takes one open hand to be like, hey, you like quirks? You like what's your favorite hero and shit? And then that leads on there, and it's like, oh no, they're teasing maybe Nejire's dying, and it's like, don't kill the chick.
They would.
Oh shit, Jujutsu Kaisen did. I'm not happy about that.
He's still on about it, man, guys. That's how much it affected him.
The worst part, I think the author came out also too, and whatever, I didn't even confirm, like, no, she's dead. She ain't coming back. It's like, well, obviously her whole head got blown off.
Actually, just her eyeball got blown off.
But regardless, you could say half her brain got blown off in that situation.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But anyways, that leads to a triple team moment. And she's trying to cut up, so she's trying to fire. Well,
your screen froze.
I'm fine. I can see you.
But your screen froze on mine. Anyways,
can you still hear me though?
Yeah.
Okay. So what happens is, Shigaraki ends up grabbing Bakugou, and he's just like, it's actually good that my quirks are sealed off, because if I was gonna kill you, I would have turned you into basically ash. There'd be nothing left. And then he's just like, the good part is, at least you'll be a dead carcass essentially, and that'll be presentable to Izuku Midoriya. Then Nejire comes in like almost full blast energy wave, and he's like, you want to hit him? She obviously had to redirect the attack to dodge it out the way, because it's like, Ninja, you're trying to kill this guy. That ends up getting Tamaki some time, and we'll talk about that in a quick second. Mirio comes in, he gets Bakugou out of there, and then that's when he starts scrapping with Shigaraki. And then he asks Shigaraki this question, because he ends up bringing stuff about friends and everything, and he's like, do you have any friends? Or he makes the mention, he says, like, you don't even have friends, and that hits something in Shigaraki. Shigaraki's kind of like, friends? What the hell are you talking about? And then you see the little Tenko shimmer with all the freaking hands on his face. He's like, and then he has a freak out moment where he's just like, I have friends! What the hell are you talking about? And then Mirio's just like,
seems I hit a nerve.
Well, he's like, sorry, dude, I didn't mean it like that. Now, one, why are you apologizing to a villain? I have no fucking clue. We'll get the fuck if he has a friend. He's killing your friends right now. But personally, that's just me. Oh, so he does a cool move where he gets Nejire's energy waves, wraps it around his fist, punches him. Does it do any damage?
Barely anything.
Yeah. Now, in the meantime, what is Tamaki doing?
He starts charging up something also, and he's also starting to eat up Nejire's energy also for a full power energy blast.
Yes. Now, when you saw this gigantic pulse cannon, what were your thoughts when you saw this? You're like, there's no way Shigaraki's surviving this. He's got to have some sort of injury.
Well, yeah, I would assume he would have gotten some sort of energy. So, but unfortunately, as soon as Tamaki blasted that powerful cannon, Shigaraki goes like, if All Might could take that, let me see, think I could, and all that.
Yeah, he said, oh, Gold Era All Might. I'm like, you bringing up Gold Era shit? Anyways, he basically talking about like, Ninja, if Prime All Might could take this attack, what makes you think that I would get down by this?
He's already, yeah.
So basically, so let's get this straight. Let's even go back to the start. This man took nuclear missiles Stayed alive. He's been taking punishment after punishment after punishment. Still alive. Shit, we can go back to season 6 when Endeavor did Prominence Burn. Still alive. A fucking pulse cannon. A pulse cannon. That shit blew a whole hole through the entire UA structure. Still alive. This man is literally. Now when I saw this shit in the manga and I saw this happen, I dropped my phone because I was reading the manga chapter on my phone. And I'm like, how the fuck are they gonna beat this guy? He's taking their best shots and he keeps getting back up, and if anything, he's not even damaged.
My question is now, how is Deku gonna beat him? How is Deku gonna beat him even if he does arrive?
And the question is, will he be fighting him with his 100% quirk abilities?
Will that even be enough now?
Oh, we also forgot to mention, Tamaki ended up also injecting Shigaraki with fucking poison, right? You'd think that would work. That's a smart strat.
Oh no, yeah.
Tell the audience what exactly happens.
Apparently a mouth grew out of his arm.
Like it was fucking Sukuna.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
And it barfed out the poison.
And and he's like, well, it seems like my body is adapting.
This man's wild.
So listen, let's get this man has no quirks, and his body is literally turning into different body parts. He's growing fingers, and then he has freaking mouths like that can appear on his body just to spit out toxins.
He isn't human anymore.
This man is something out of Resident Evil now.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Resident Evil, Stellar Blade, you name it.
Jujutsu Kaisen. This shit, man pulled a Sukuna. He was like,
I wouldn't be surprised if I also see this guy in Outlast Trials. What the heck?
Oh, you saw the new trailer?
No, I didn't, but
oh, well, we'll talk about this off camera. Anyways, so that ends up happening. Now, in the meantime, we have some focus on Bakugou. Number one, Best Genius is like, listen, Bakugou, it's over. It's okay. You've done what you could. Let us take command and let us handle this. You get this crazy panel where Best Genius starts seeing him cry, and he just looking and he just crying. But while he's doing that, he's watching the fight, and he's like, right, left, behind. He's just reading off what Shigaraki's moves are doing, right?
Uh-huh.
So then, after everything that then happened, this leads into the scene that you least expect. All of a sudden, you just see these orange sparkles happen. And it's like, okay, if you saw like Heroes Rising, you're thinking, I'm like, wait a second. Is he activating the shit he did in Heroes Rising? No, he did not. But it's having that look. He has that look in his eye and everything, and he's just like, he gets back up. Now Shigaraki sees it. He's like, motherfucker, what do I gotta do to take you down? You keep getting back up. Then, out of nowhere, hand in Shigaraki's face. Snap a finger. He moving instantly faster than he did before.
Mm-hmm.
And then, meanwhile, he attacks. Shigaraki makes the next attack. He then reads the next attack. He's like, he's moving right. He dodges that. And then he unleashes another attack. Now, in the meantime, the narrator's talking about his quirk and everything, talking about the nitroglycerin, storing up the things and stuff like that. Now, we knew he was going into this fight with a new attack called Cluster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the narrator makes a mention. He's like, well, even though Bakugou knew this new ability with Cluster, there's only one problem with this ability, or this move he does. It's harder for him to get the sweat glands off of out of his body, and also too with the state he's currently in, he's trying to. The explosions are trying to find a way to get out of his body. He's so badly damaged, they're not being able to come out from his hands. So you can also say that this is like a weird quirk awakening of his case, but a very highly potent, dangerous quirk awakening.
Very potent. We saw how it ended.
Now also too, the fact that he was like, I have to win this, right? Izuku. He's saying Deku first name, and it's like, why are you saying this? Why is he saying this? And then in the meantime, so anyways, like the narrator says, because he can't get all these like sweat glands in the everywhere, the explosions are trying to find a way to get out. The man is legitimately having explosions come from his entire body. That's why he's moving faster. And yes, that's a positive why he's moving faster, and he's able to gain speed, and he's moving at instantaneous speed. Now, does this mean he could catch up to 100% Deku if he wanted to? Maybe. Who knows? He probably would. But the only downgrade to this is he's damaging his own body. He's also, I guess, killing himself. But because there's no exit way for him to release these explosions through like his hands or shit, maybe even his feet could even be ways, but mostly his hands, right? It's just like boom, boom, boom. And he even says in the episode, he's like, freaking hurts. Is this what you felt, Izuku? And I'm just like, oh shit. Oh shit. And then it gets to that one moment where it's just, you see where he just has that dead look, and he's just like, hands right then and there.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, is he's giving that look, like, is he not breathing? Like, he looks like he's not even breathing or something.
Yeah. Then that cuts to a scene. What is that one scene with the card and everything?
The card?
You remember we was talking the vestige of All Might?
Oh yeah. This is when like his mind is like elsewhere, and he sees like the vestiges of All Might, and he's like, that's right. I never got to tell you this, huh? Can I please get your autograph?
And at that point, it's like, oh shit, they're doing this shit. And then you see the explosion, another explosion. But the thing is, you see his heart. You see his heart. His heart's fine. And then you see the explosion. And the explosion like wipes the heart away. And then you get that whole thing, and the next thing you know. See, what happens if the other heroes tried to come in and save him? It was too little too late. But I think it was not preventable. And then the episode ends off with probably one of the goriest, horrifying scenes, let's be honest, the anime has ever shown in its entire run. Bakugou literally got blood all the way down his mouth, eyes faded, chest open. And next thing you know, you have the heroes in the background saying, "His heart!" Episode over. Break.
I think what got me even the most was it started raining, and then we cut over to his mom saying like, it's raining. My son hates that. Like, oh, don't do this to me.
Yep. I think I have the manga chapter review on my channel when this moment happened. But when I legitimately read this moment in the manga for the first time, I legitimately was just stunned. I was stunned. I was like, there is no fucking way they actually did that.
They actually killed a UA student.
They killed a UA student.
And on top of that, one of the closest people to Izuku Midoriya.
Now, Shigaraki earlier in the episode may have mentioned, she's like, you know, he went crazy the last time you got very badly damaged. Because remember in season 6, when Bakugou took the hit for Deku getting impaled, Deku snapped. He lost it. He was like,
Berserk Deku.
So, just imagine. Deku sees Bakugou's dead body. What do you think's the man is gonna probably lose his mind. He might go berserk. He might go Super Saiyan Broly. On top of it, just imagine when the comms. Now remember, when Todoroki beat Dabi, which if you watch the next episode preview, he gets back up.
Yeah, I saw.
They reported like, hey, you know, Todoroki won, and all the heroes were cheering. They're definitely gonna freaking have to call in and be like, All Might, we lost somebody. Who is it? It's a young Bakugou. All Might might. How do you think All Might's gonna feel? He's gonna feel helpless. And then just imagine, it's gonna go all around. His own classmates, Kirishima, Kaminari, all of the UA students are gonna hear that Bakugou died. That might change how they fight, and they in serious fights. We know Jiro and freaking Tokoyami, they're fighting against All For One, who's turning back to Prime All For One. We have Mina fighting up against the guy that killed Midnight, and she wants to get revenge. That might stun her. Also, Kirishima's there too. Shit, Ayama, he's fighting against that one assassin. He might be devastated because he's like, this is my fault. My stupid shit led to Bakugou's death. All these heroes could be fucking broken. His own classmates. And who knows if Deku can't hear?
I don't know what to say, guys. This is
watching that scene, legitimately, I'm not gonna fucking. I almost was fucking crying. Now I know what happens next. But listen, that shit hit me.
uh-huh.
This might be controversial. This might be Bakugou's death. I think it's up there for top 5 moments in the entire My Hero Academia anime.
Yeah.
The way it was handled.
I honestly have to agree on this.
The way it was handled, the way it was done. You just got to give props up to Studio Bones. And dare I say, honest to God, I think this moment is better than how the manga did it. Obviously, animation and the way and the things makes it help. But the way Studio Bones handled it, they handled it like, no, we need to have this moment go out with a bang. We need to have these people just watch the episode, be shocked, and they can't recover from this shit. They came out there and they said, oh, you hate us for not doing all this stupid shit, right, that you wanted us to do? All right, here you go. See, this goes to show you that Studio Bones can put the effort and time into shit, and you people just are ungrateful assholes. Mind you, this is also too with a movie coming up. But people say, well, they might lose production, or production might not be as good because there's a movie coming out. But they just did. Let's be honest. Season 7, every episode has been a fucking banger.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like I just said, that's with a movie in production. But people were so worried about, oh well, they're having making another movie? Production could be hurt. But they keep giving you banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger after banger of an episode. But people still want to complain about My Hero Academia, or you still have My Hero Academia haters saying, hey, it ain't that good. Anyways, my 2 cents. Studio Bones cemented itself. They shut up any My Hero Academia fans that like to watch the anime but say Studio Bones doesn't give a shit. They shut them all up. Because now guess what? They all crying because Bakugou dead. I'm sad too.
Yeah. Reap what you sow, right?
So, before we end the video off, because we only have 8 more minutes left, next episode preview, looks like Dabi's getting back up. It looks like we might be seeing what Prime All For One looks like. Who knows? We might be hearing the repercussions of Bakugou's potential death. The bad part is, My Hero Academia anime is taking another break next week, so there will be no new episode of My Hero. So they left us off on literally the worst cliffhanger they could ever leave us off on. Also, My Hero Academia has 2 more chapters in the manga left, and then we'll be over. Not looking forward to that at all. Hopefully. We get a sequel series. Anyways. What else? Oh yes. You've already talked how the death scene hits you. Now, in any event, do you think, because it's anime and sometimes it happens, do you think they bring Bakugou back to life?
Very possible. But at the same time, I don't think so.
So you think this is confirmed death?
That kind of gaping hole in his chest?
And his heart exploding?
I'd honestly be shocked if they actually brought him back after that.
Now, if they do, say in any event, they do decide to do a false death, how would that make you feel?
Okay, they baited me. I don't know. I honestly don't know how I would feel. Cause they put this whole thing up about Bakugou dying right there. Just for them to bring him back again and future, like, is this literally Dragon Ball Z?
So you think it'd be making it meaningless for the moment in this week's episode if they do?
I honestly think it would make it meaningless.
Okay.
I don't know if you all agree also. Don't get me wrong. It pains me to see Bakugou die right there, but at the same time, if they were to bring him back now, what would be the point?
Understandable. I could see why you would probably maybe be a little frustrated by that. And we know if that happens, My Hero Academia fan base is very toxic.
Yes, and I mean, unless they give like a reasonable explanation on how he came back.
Okay.
It better be reasonable, or else I might throw a rant. So.
I would, if that happens, I would love to hear a rant from you.
I'm guessing you're predicting it.
I hope that prediction happens. I hope the prediction happens. I want to see a rant.
I'm guessing he's foreshadowing, guys. He's foreshadowing. The manga reader is foreshadowing.
Anyways, any other final thoughts? Any other final thoughts?
That's like I said everything. I said my piece. I said my piece about what I would feel if Bakugou isn't actually dead there.
Well, we said what we needed to say. Again, if you're a manga reader, please do not spoil shit in the comment section. Or if you are gonna put something manga related, just put spoiler and then hit enter until you have to click like read more on the YouTube page or whatever. But that's the thing. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. Apologies for getting this video out later than usual, but yeah. Anyways, catch you guys in the video. Till then, guys, stay safe. Hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Kane 15 content, or I'll hit the subscribe button to my co-host channel. Leave a link in the description below and things like that. Till then, guys.
Peace.